Peace and harmony. Hope everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life in our heart frequency, growing with our own personal flows. So I just want to speak on real quick, just an idea about respecting other people's boundaries, as well as setting the boundaries clear, and just so everybody can really realize where the boundaries are. I mean, it's a simple idea, but sometimes it's easier said than done, because you would think it's common sense, but this is just something to address. Something that not me personally, but somebody I know, a friend of mine, was having some issues with some boundaries. So I just thought I'd speak about it really quick. So it's important to set your boundaries, clear with that intent, as well as respect other people's boundaries. And some crystals that are good for boundaries would be basically any protection crystals. So like obsidian, black tourmaline, even some things like septarian, that's what I'm kind of catching a vibe on right now. Just as well as like any crystal. I mean, every crystal is gonna have like a protective property or a certain boundary that it's gonna set. But for boundaries, usually it's gonna be the lower chakras, the 3 lower chakras, so the root, sacral, solar plexus, or more so to the or star chakra, so the one at the base of your feet or below your feet as well. So like another good one would be like onyx. Basically just any black or brown crystal would be very beneficial to work with, I feel. Yeah, onyx would be a good one. I have another video on that, how it's kind of like the heart shield, or it's like that protective warrior type vibe. Similar to with obsidian is that protective warrior type vibe, but it's a little bit more of like a raw teacher, I guess you could say, because it's going to show you the good and the bad, and it's gonna be like a no-nonsense teacher. So with that one, you got to be careful if you're kind of inexperienced, because it is going to help you work through some of the shadow work, as well as help you with some of your past life stuff if you have built up past life trauma or karma or whatever it be. But yeah, it's important to set your boundaries clear, by showing that energetically, as well as expressing it verbally too. Don't be ashamed, or don't be hesitant about letting people know when you need your alone time, because we all need our alone time here and there. Some of us more, some of us 50-50, some of us a little bit more so, some of us a little bit less. It all kind of depends on our personal flow and how we go about things. Like I know, like if you have like tying into zodiacs, if you do have friends that are maybe Scorpio, Virgo, even Gemini, even, as well as like Sag sometimes. Each zodiac has their own way of getting their alone time in. But I know with those ones, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, and Sag, those are the ones that are probably gonna need the most alone time, especially Scorpio and Virgo, most definitely. I would say Leo too, because I'm personally Leo and I like my alone time. Now and then, just to vibe on my own, do my own thing, be in my own creative essence. But it all kind of depends on your alignments too, because most people say Leos are expressive and always want to be in a crowd, but that's not always true, because I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo sun sign, and as well, I like to be expressive. Leos are very creative. If you ain't creative, you ain't living, basically. And you get always be in that creative essence, and always be creating something and building something in a certain way. But Leo's like their alone time too, so it just all depends on the person. I mean, yeah, you can try to articulate within each zodiac sign and all that. It's all about your own little mix-up, all about everything that was put together. Because we all have like a little piece of this, little piece of that. That brings the whole mixture together. And the zodiacs are just like the kind of like the drawing board, but with astrology and all that, it goes in very deep. A lot of things can be explained, or you can get a broad picture just by studying your zodiacs. Things using looking at astrology and all your chemical mix-ups and all that. But yeah, definitely, don't be ashamed to, express verbally when you need your alone time. If somebody's, pushing on you a certain way, asking maybe too many questions, get into your business too much, let them know that, hey, maybe that's not something you want to talk about at this moment. That's not something that's always beneficial for you. I mean, yeah, there's a right place and time for everything. It's all about that perfect timing. Especially with the people that you vibe with most, trust most. You might be a little bit more open to express certain things, personal things, or things along these natures. But it all depends on the person. Like it's each his own. We all have certain things that we certain places, certain things where we want to open up more, maybe not be so open. Basically, just going through that healthy flow of expansion and contraction. So everybody's thing is a little bit different, but yeah, it's definitely important just to express that. But yeah, that's basically it. So I'll speak about that really quick. Just out here vibing in nature, getting some of that fresh air, that fresh prana, most definitely. Yeah, different tools along our experience can help, whether it's crystals, meditation, nutrition, eating right, drinking the alkaline water, getting some nature vibes in, and overall just doing what you really would do naturally. It's what you like to do. Do it more day in and day out. And that's also a thing too. Like if you're feeling that your boundaries, or like you're feeling like uncomfortable in a certain way, that might be a place to kind of study within yourself, go internally and get that internal aspect. Because that might be a sign about just, burning that bridge or cutting that cord. Because that person might not be might not be a good person to be in your life, It might just be kind of like a shallow type relationship. Like, those type of relationships where like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. All that. And it's kind of just the basic courtesy, the basic respect or whatever. Showing. Just giving a little bit of love, that basic respect. But yeah, it all depends on how you feel about things. Not so much about what you're thinking about, but what you truly feel. Because when it's when it's the right time to take the next level in a relationship, whether it's, just meeting somebody and going to a friend, or like, becoming good friends or something like that. Or even, maybe that's not a good connection, maybe this is just like, okay, what's up? Just the person you run into now and say what's up, Or, it all depends. But yeah, that's basically it. As you can see, I ain't got much to say. But yeah, I hope that helps to that female that was having some problems or having some frustrations. So this video helps. But yeah, that's basically it for right now. Oh, let me mention those crystals again. So Those crystals that are good for boundaries would be black tourmaline, that protection, turning the negative into a positive, and just overall, that great defense. Obsidian as well. Obsidian is one that's a little bit more tricky sometimes, but it is a very good protection crystal as well as boundaries. It is that reflection crystal. It's going to show the both positive and negative. It's going to show what you really have to work on, and what's beneficial and unbeneficial. It's kind of that raw teacher, that's just going to tell you, bluntly about what's got to go and what's got to stay. So that's kind of what you want to work with, but you might want to work with it, pair it with some selenite if you're a little bit more unexperienced with it. Yeah, that's a good one to work with. And also Septarians. Septarians is a good grounding, nurturing one. It's also good for protection in general against psychic attacks. But I've just noticed that one's kind of like it's nicknamed the Dragon Stone or Dragon Stone. Yeah, Dragon Stone. So it's kind of like that dragon spiral around you, like it's just like a good protective crystal, I feel. As well as onyx. I mentioned onyx. Onyx is a very good one. Just any crystal that really resonates with you. Just throwing a couple out. I mean, it all depends. We all have our different things. Which in general too, like I said, each crystal has its own protective property, as well as its amplification of a certain energy field within the body, as well as certain things that might stimulate, certain things that might attract. So with that too being said, green adventuring would be a good one to work with, because it is one for the heart chakra, as well as it promotes luck, prosperity, and abundance. So it is going to bring in those more beneficial circumstances to your life, as well as protect you from giving too much as well. So I would say that's a good one to throw in that mix too. Green adventuring. But yeah, it's all about what you intuitively feeling, what really resonates with you. There's really no right or wrong. Just follow your inner guidance, follow your intuition, follow that high heart, authentic vibe, and everything will be alright. Most definitely. Peace and harmony. I know everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life from that heart frequency, going with our own personal flows. Yes, Peace.